Hey everyone, welcome back to RJK English. We're moving on with basic English grammar. Let me fix my screen here. There, I think I look a little bit more normal there. So remember to hit like and subscribe. Do you have friends that are learning English? Make sure to share RJK English with them. Are you learning business English? Make sure to look at our business English. We have a lot of things to offer. And make sure to hit us up on RJK English on Facebook so that we can have further discussion. Today, we're moving on to past continuous. Past continuous. So, you are talking with a friend, and they asked you, what were you doing last week? And you look back in the past and look at a time in the past when you were doing something continuously. We already did the past simple. So they could say, what were you doing at 5 o'clock? And then we're going to describe the past. They can say, what did you do yesterday? You could say the past simple at that time. It's a one-off thing. It happens in the past, let's say right here. Boom. I ate. It's just general. I ate when? Yesterday. I ate yesterday. But they say, what were you doing yesterday in the afternoon? Now we're going to do the past continuous. This is how we do it. You put the subject in, I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Add was or were, and then the verb base plus ing. So, what were you doing yesterday afternoon? I was eating. I was eating. I was eating. Now, here, when do you know when to use was or were? Do you remember this from the last time? I, he, she, or it was. We consider those singular. Here we look at the you of respect. This is probably left over from somewhere in the past in English. In many languages, we have a you of respect. In Hindi, aap or tum versus tu. You know, in Spanish, usted versus tu. We, you, they, you add were. So I was eating. Now, this is the magic part. This doesn't change. This doesn't change. You just change was or were. So I was eating. He was eating. What was the dog doing? It was eating. What were we doing? What were you all doing? We were eating. We were eating. We were. What were you doing? What was I doing? You were eating. Or they were eating. That's how easy it is. Now let's talk about when you use this. Let's say I'm talking about last week. What was I doing last week? Last week, I was hiking in Germany. Let's say I went on a trip. I was hiking in Germany. Let's turn this over. Remember, you're here and you're thinking back to something you were doing continuously in the past. Last month, at this time, you're thinking back, you're talking about where you were last month at this time. Maybe you were at work and you're thinking, oh, I wish I wasn't at work. I wish I was where I was a month ago. Last month at this time, I was hiking. To hike means to climb a mountain or climb a hill. You're hiking or you're walking through the woods. I was hiking in Germany. Last month at this time, I was hiking in Germany. Last month at this time, you were hiking in Germany. All right? How else do we use this? We often use this when we're telling a story. Okay? You're telling your friend a story about something that amazing that happened yesterday. Oh man, yesterday. First use past simple. No, I'm sorry. First use this to set the scene. Last week, I was eating lunch when someone knocked at the door. At the door. You're about to tell them an amazing story about someone that came to your door. I was eating lunch when someone knocked at the door. Notice this is in the past simple because it happened once and completed. I was eating and someone knocked at the door. Let's look back at our chart here. So I'm talking to my friend and I'm looking backward. I was eating and all of a sudden, let's say I was eating. I've got a fork here and there's a big steak on the plate or something and I'm at my table. I was eating when someone knocked at the door. Someone knocked at the door. This is one instance while you were eating. Can you see that? How that would work? I was eating lunch when someone knocked at the door. Something interrupted what you were doing. We often tell stories in this way. I was walking down the street when all of a sudden I saw Jenny. This is how we tell a story. The sun was shining and the birds were singing. Children were laughing and playing on the street when the storm came. You know, they were doing all these things and all of a sudden something happens. Remember, I use this book and you're welcome to get it. I work through this to remind me. It really helps me to remember how we use all these things. But make sure to check it out if you're trying to work on your English. But we'll work through the whole thing and use it together. So I was eating when I did this. So I was taking a photo when all of a sudden a monkey grabbed the camera. A monkey grabbed the camera and took it from me. I was in India. I was at the monkey temple and I was taking a photo when the monkey grabbed the camera. You know, he was swimming when all of a sudden lightning or thunder started rumbling. Well, you don't want to swim when thunder is rumbling, right? So this is how we use this. It's pretty easy, but you have to think about how you're using. You're thinking in the past, and it's not just one thing that happened at one time and is done. If it happened at one time and is done, we use the past simple. If it was happening in the past continuously, then we use the past continuous. All right, I hope this was helpful. Make sure to ask a question in the comments or on Facebook, RJK English, if you want to have further conversation. See you later.